on my mind again. Study the tape while the world sleep. I'm in solo sessions, quiet rooms, that's where I win. Introvert energy, but watch how loud this gets. No cap in the car, no cap in the booth. Mask off sports, we only dealing with truth. From the sideline to the highlight, I see it all clear. Yeah, souls of thought on the mic, pull up, we here. Mask off. Yeah. Souls of thought. Mask off. Ain't no highlights without the truth. Let's work. Mask off. We expose the game. No favors. Every legend feel the flame. Breaking news, yeah, we call it by the name. From the hardwood to the gridiron, we change the game. Mask off, no cap in the booth. Everybody talking, we bringing proof. Every headline, every score, every move. If it's shaking up the world, then we breaking it to you. Breaking in the net, everybody got a take. We separate the real from the clickbait fake. NBA, NFL, every draft, every trade. Some chasing rings while others getting played. Home runs, flying walk-offs in the ninth. WBA stars finally getting their light. College kids chasing millions overnight. One injury can change somebody's whole life. We ain't screaming just to go viral. We reading every play like a spiral. Film room mindset, never idle. Pressure make champions, that's survival. No filters, no politics. Just competition. Who built for this? Mask off. We expose the game, no favorites. Every legend feel the flame. Breaking news, yeah, we call it by the name. From the hardwood to the gridiron, we change the game. Mask off, no cap in the booth. Everybody talking, we bringing proof. Every headline, every score, every move. If it's shaking up the world, then we breaking it to you. No, this ain't gossip, this the scoreboard. This ain't feelings, it's the fourth quarter. Pressure bust pipes, pressure build kings. We talking championships, not just rings. Mask off, powered by souls of thought. Every play got a story. Every headline got another side. No middleman, just the truth. Mask off.
What's good, my people? What's good? Welcome to Mask Off Sports with the one and only Souls, man. Some of you guys might know me from Souls of Thought, but this is Mask Off, the introverted sports podcast coming to you on a weekly basis. Got some hot stuff for y'all today. Make sure if you're just coming in and new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are a new channel on the road to 1K subscribers. Again, we need your care. We need your love. We need your attention. Share this with a friend. This is going to be me talking about sports, but also talking about sports from different components, right? We hear a lot of people always speaking about the sports, the athlete. I'm going to bring you more of like the sports news side of things, some updates, some mental thoughts on like how I see things or how I think certain conversations actually occur in the sports space. So again, welcome to Mask Off Sports with the one and only Souls, man. The only introverted sports podcast out there. I'll rather do it alone, but I do it with others. So welcome in to Mask Off Sports. So again, man, we're going to get right into it today. Not going to hold you too long, man. We're going to be starting off with the former NFL player, James Pearce Jr. He was pulled over a while back. The body cam footage has finally came out. So we're going to be speaking about that, talking about the situation. I think we're starting to see a lot of sports athletes go through a lot of tragic moments. A lot of moments that might not be normal in their character, not sure what's going on. We all know what's currently going on with Marcellus Wiley. There's so many things going on in the sports world. Not everything is bad from a violent standpoint, but even just bad news with people like Chris Johnson with ALS, things of that nature. So tune in, man. We're going to jump over here with our guy.
So some of you may not remember when we covered the case of James Pearce Jr. And if you don't, I'm going to give you a refresher of what happened, because this ex-Falcons NFL player did something that unfortunately doesn't surprise a lot of us. We talked lately a lot about NBA players, NFL players, and NFL players specifically when it comes to crimes against other people. Well, James Pearce is actually and has been accused of and was charged with 2 different counts. Amy actually posted this over on X, so if you guys don't follow her, make sure you follow her to stay up to date on the latest news that we cover here on the channel and beyond. And she said this at the time that James was arrested. She said, Falcons edge, James Pearce Jr. was arrested on charges of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, 2 counts of that, and aggravated stalking and fleeing and eluding police. We're going to get into the fleeing and eluding police here shortly because we've got the body cam footage of what happened in this case. And it gets even wilder than I thought. She also says there are reports that he was arrested after crashing his vehicle following a police chase we're going to get into. And he's actually his girlfriend at the time. I believe it may even have been his fiance, is an WNBA player. And we're going to talk about her in a second. But here you can see the case number. He's charged with battery and aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Come on, man. Crazy. He has fleeing and eluding police, domestic violence, stalking, and aggravated stalking. And he's actually out of jail right now. So if you forgot what happened in this case, this is actually what happened at the end of the police chase, where this monster of a man was trying to be taken down by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 police officers, and they couldn't even get him under control. Look at this. It's a big dude. Like I said, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think a 7th one jumps in there too. Insane. And you see James Pearce there with his girlfriend. Jeez. And you can see the tree that fell down because he ran into it. Crazy. All right, so we've actually got more footage for you guys, and we'll get into the body cam here shortly. But here's another angle of what went down in this situation. Look at this. He's dragging 5 of them. And then the 6th guy jumps in, and the 7th guy jumps in. Crazy. All right, so here's one more angle I want to show you all, and that's actually his girlfriend at the time.
I was chilling in the first half. I was playing for 3/4. They kept yelling at me to shoot the ball, so I was like, let me shoot a little bit.
All right, so let's actually go ahead and get into the body cam footage. This gets insane. It shows starting when they pulled him over, the conversation, and then one of this police officer in this case.
So I'm gonna stop it here first. Shout out to Rain in the chat. Rain, I gave you a wrench on this side, man. So do your thing if needed. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in to Mask Off Sports. Like I said, it's the only introverted sports podcast out there. Like I said, I'll rather do it alone, but I will do it with others. As you see here with E-Class, man, talking about James Pearce Jr., the body cam has finally gone off. Rain mentioned in the chat, like, man, that's a lot of charges for someone to be now out. And I think this is something that is not really unique, but things that people should be aware of, that star power, wealth can get you certain outcomes that others may not receive. Again, we talk a lot on No Middleman on the other platform about, you know, society norms. A lot of people talk about cops and how they interact with other African Americans. So I think a lot of people might feel that his reaction once y'all see the body cam would be something we call the norm, right? But we're gonna break it down like we always do here at Mask Off Sports. So we're gonna keep watching, man. And shout out to E-Class again for the great content.
Actually getting out of the car and confronting him. Check this out. You can see him there. He's got his hands up.
I'm not moving nowhere. Hey, get on the floor. I'm not moving nowhere. Get on here.
He said not for no sergeant.
What's going on?
Nah, don't ask me that now.
Something about right man. Get the window down.
That's my car. I want my car.
Okay, but let's talk. Come on here.
No, she's right there.
Yeah, so he's inside the car.
He's got a gun pointed at him and everything.
Hey, kids, are you curious? 315. Yeah, so keep him going.
It's not worth it, guys.
No, put the window down, bro.
How many people have we shot in this situation?
I can't pick up my car because I told her she couldn't drive no more.
Okay, but why you guys ramming into each other? What? Come out of the car.
Just units, Charles, running 315 to the rail station. Sort of French by the battery. Units continue on a 3.
Hope it's worth it.
So as you see there, it initially started off with the cop pulling them over. He's standing outside of the car, hands up, seeming like he was going to be cooperative. And then once the cop asked him to get on the ground, because as you've seen, the gentleman is a very big gentleman. This is what other people would say. This is the norm. Black people have the right to act this way because of X, Y, and Z. And I just don't really understand, with all the trauma that we witness, why we still make decisions like this on a day-to-day basis. This could have turned out very, very ugly. And I also think police officers are starting to create a lot of these consequences for themselves, because they are now showing so much restraint because of the fear of the outcomes. Let me say that again. A lot of these situations are now escalating because police officers are showing too much restraint because of the fear of what society has stated, right? He already had his gun out, right? Like he could have easily did other things, maybe pulled the taser out, things of that nature, but he probably looked at this gentleman who's an ex-football player, 6'6", 6'5", 250, you know what I mean, huge, and he knew he was already at a disadvantage. Rain says something mentally was going on with him, a mental episode. I can definitely see that.
Is out of there.
234. He's in his car. He's clear northbound.
So you hear the officer say he hit me with this car. Now let's go back and see if he hit the officer with this car. I don't know that he did that. This isn't as clear as the Renee Good situation, but guys, is it worth your life? Obviously, this man wasn't thinking clearly. He was stalking his girlfriend. He hurt her, abused her, allegedly. I mean,
I got my car because I told her she couldn't drive no more.
Okay, but why you guys ramming into each other? What? Come out of the car.
Just units, Charles, running 315 to the rail station. Sort of French by the battery. Units continue on a 3.
I don't think he hit the officer either way. There they go.
234. He's in his car. He's clear northbound.
No, he didn't. He didn't hit you with the car. A little dramatic.
234 negative.
Crazy.
From the draw station, partial tag November, Bravo Victor. It's going to be a white Lamborghini. Got a parcel at the whole tag. Be stopping at 97 and 6. 97 and 6. What your radio cut out?
I wish we could have seen the dash cam footage, but I'm actually going to skip ahead to where, because this is the officer that actually gets him to stop as well. And you'll see where the car is parked here in a second. So I'm going to skip ahead in the video and we'll see what happened.
103, please. Northbound from 64th Street. Kids on 103 northbound 64th Street. Again, a white Lamborghini ERS, November, Bravo, Victor. Route 4. He's now on 66th Street from 103, please. Eastbound 60 from 103, please.
There he goes. He's running. So obviously you can see here the body cam cuts off, or it falls off, excuse me. But thankfully someone else got this on camera. And thankfully it didn't end worse for this man. And he lost his life. He didn't lose his life. Jeez. It's embarrassing, man.
Did you hear E-Class there? It's embarrassing. E-Class has a great channel. A lot of people might not see things from his point of view all the time if they look like us. But I definitely agree with a lot of his sentiment. I would never understand for us to be so aware of how evil the white man is, right? But we still continue to do these type of things. Like, I would never understand why we continue to get ourselves into these type of situations where we know that we don't have the upper hand, right? Rain said they could have that could have ended badly for sure. And like even like last night, I mentioned that like we have to be 1 or 2 steps ahead, right? I mean, he did all this and he still is walking out on bail, guys. Like, so just imagine if he didn't even do all that. Just imagine if he would have just, excuse me, if he would have just went in, got his charges, they dude would have been home same day. They let him walk already, you know what I mean, to his trial. So just something to think about, man. Don't risk your life, man, for one moment. I understand the fear of everything. I understand the fear of consequences, but don't allow the fear of consequences to put you in a predicament like this, especially someone of his stature.
Can I verify if I rescue at 102 and 65 or the unit that was hit by the vehicle?
And I'm not sure because E-Class has Mr. Ben Crump over there to the right. So I'm not sure if Ben Crump has anything to do with this body cam footage being released for the public to see. I don't know why Ben Crump would need to be into this situation, but who knows? Who knows?
You guys take fire rescue for him? No.
Was it worth it?
Who's your? I have this camera. I don't know. Maybe
What's reference on fire rescue?
You can see James there in the blue.
I got mine.
Is this yours?
Jeez.
Is it mine or his? I put my hands up before I asked Hey. Wait,
You can see the tree and everything. That come on, man.
you good?
They're good. They got it.
Listen, man, these people need help. A lot of help out here. I don't know what's going on with the NFL, but it's not a great look because
So there you have it, man. E-Class broke that down. Amazing. It was amazing segment he did there. Rain said he already falsely said that he was hit with the car. Next, it would have been him mistaking a cell phone for a gun. Badly. I agree. I agree with that that sentiment. I definitely agree with that. And I think, again, that's why we need to do better when it comes to actually understanding how to keep ourselves safe each day when we leave the house, right? Again, this is Mask Off Sports. This is an introverted podcast. Like I said, I'll rather do it alone, but I will do it with others. With that being said, I'm here to bring a different perspective with sports, a different perspective about issues that go on within the sports world. And I think it's going to be a very great ride. I hope you guys help me get to that 1K subs. As y'all see strolling across the top of the screen, this is a new channel. We will keep you guys up to breast on what happens with the James Pearce case. I'll stay abreast to that so that we can bring you guys some updates. With that being said, man, we're just speaking about different situations. They did talk about James having a relationship with a former WNBA player or basketball player. I don't know if she's WNBA or just college or whatnot. With that being said, we're talking about relationships, and we're going to go over here to Nightcap to talk more about relationships. We're going to go over here. You guys are going to hear Shannon Sharpe speak about his friendship with Stephen A. Smith. This was a very, very intriguing conversation. I really can't wait to break this down with you guys today about what he was saying. He starts off first talking about people in the chat talking bad about Ocho and Joe and trying to tell him he needs to leave them. And he kind of starts going into that. But really pay attention to everything that he's going to say, because I really want to talk about this subject today. Thank you all for tuning in for Mask Off Sports. So here we go.
Realize we're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Hell, I wasn't everybody's cup of tea. Ocho, you weren't everybody's cup of tea. Joe, I think he was a lot of people's cup of tea.
Whoa. Hey,
Huh?
I might not have been everybody's cup of tea, but everybody chose to take a sip.
Hey, you like tea? I was water. You got to have it. You got to hear what we got to say.
Hey.
You might not like it, but you listen.
And I'm gonna keep my foot on their keep my foot on their neck. Ain't gonna let their ass up, all right?
Yeah.
No. Hey, they try to put a banner. Oh, Trent scared to call out his media buddies. Hey, all my buddies run rabbits and eat shit out the garbage. So you know what's my buddies? All my buddies chase rabbits and holler at the moon. What my buddies are. Y'all can't gas me up. I done been on TV 20 years. Come on, fellas. Come on, chat.
Yeah.
I know what y'all trying to do.
Hey,
y'all better stop. Come on. Hey, boy, hey, Joe.
Hey, that's a good one.
Hey. They try to put that candy wrap around your head like you was some type of sucker, ain't it, man?
Yeah, I know my hair long, but I ain't no sucker. you know what I'm saying? Y'all look like you profile. Yeah, my hair long. But hey, that's what they used to call me, you long-headed sucker. But I ain't him no more.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all, when I was going through what I was going through, one man called me every single week.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? You need anything from me?
Mm-hmm.
When I left Fox, ain't nobody called. One man called. I don't know what they're going to say, but I already told my bosses, I want you over here. Every time he sees me somewhere, hey, big boy, I'm in your town. What you want to do? Let's link up. You see, guess what? I heard somebody say, hey, maybe it was Tyler Perry had a quote. When you going through everything and the phone ain't ringing, when you start to prosper, don't answer then.
Hey, say it a little louder so the people in the back can hear you. I don't think they heard you.
So every time when I was going through what I was going through, when I was at my lowest, one man called me every single week. When I went through what I went, and Stephen A. proud of me, the Fox situation, we talked, we was cordial to each other, but we didn't have a type of relationship. Call me. The day the news broke, he called me. He knew before I knew. He said, big boy, watch your back.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what you mean? He said, hey, just watch your back. A couple of weeks later, say, you probably know by now what's going to happen. I've already told my people, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I want you over here. You're too talented. That's the one man. Everything that I've gone through, all the mistakes, all the mishaps and slip-ups that I've had, that's the one man that's never turned his back on me. I don't agree with everything Stephen A. says. Stephen A. doesn't agree with everything that I say. But I know when I look down at my phone and they got ATT in front of it, those are attorneys. Those are the only one that's calling me. And then I see another number pop up. S. Smith. Interesting. I was like, damn. I ain't talking about Bucket and Burns because they calling me every day.
Right.
I was like, hold on. Where all these people that I thought was cool with me? All these ones that was scanning and grinning in my face, keying. Oh, okay. Still to this day, the man called me and said, boy, you killing it. Y'all keep it going. He said, I saw a great addition, but you and Ocho, boy, y'all doing y'all thing over there. I see you.
Hey, Hey, tell Stephen A to debate me, man, so I can put him in his place.
So there you have it, man. Shannon Sharpe opened up about Stephen A. Smith checking on him every day back in his 2005 incident with the young lady. And again, this is something that you guys are going to see a lot here on Mask Off Sports, the Introverted Sports Podcast, because I think relationships and the dynamic of relationships are very important. And I always tell people that you're better off in life having no expectations so you can never be failed. And as Shannon mentioned there, everybody that he was so-called close with or associates with, they all turned their back. They all stopped calling. It was Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, the one that everybody hates, the one that everybody calls a coon, the one that everybody has something negative to say about him. It's that one guy. And I keep telling people, man, I said this about LeVar Ball when that happened. It takes a villain to know a villain. It takes someone who's been through the same things you have been through to understand what you're going through. Someone who has never experienced what you're going through would never be able to stand by your side. Y'all don't I don't know who all in here today, but I don't know if you guys watch not watch, but have read your Bible. But if you think about the story of Job, when everything got taken from him, his 3 friends, or the people he called friends, came over and they sat in silence for 72 hours, 3 whole days. They didn't know what to say to him. They didn't know how to help him. And then the moment they finally spoke, they blamed him and told him he was foolish for following God. And I think we see this a lot in society. You see it a lot in the sports world, but you see it very heavily in the Black community. We are quick to not support our own when they get into things that we might feel is unpopular, when they get into spaces that we feel are uncomfortable spaces. Everybody judged Shannon. I literally watched a whole year of content where everybody had something negative to say about Shannon Sharpe because of what he chose. And it wasn't that he chose a female, it's because he chose a white woman. It all went back to the race. It all went back to the age of the young lady. Oh, she's an OF fan, all this. Yeah, but how many athletes are dating OF people? Thousands. It's nothing new under the sun. Shannon Sharpe just got caught up. But it's very unique that Stephen A. Smith, the person who deals with some of the most harsh ridicule, the most harsh opinions from others, was the one who stuck in. Called them once a week at least, every day. And those are the things that I really want to talk about here on Mask Off Sports when it comes to our relationships, when it comes to like your thought process, when it comes to situations, when it comes to how we deal with our lives. For those who are new to the channel, I am certified in the mental health world. I was a KDAC. I was a certified alcohol dependence counselor for over a decade. I've done a lot of therapy, a lot of CBT, a lot of RBT, a lot of DBT. I even have material right here with me, man, that I leave right by myself all the time. I got a whole DBT workbook. It's always right here on deck, man. Just different ways, different worksheets, different ways to help people, different ways to talk about pros and cons and interpersonal issues. And I always tell people that those who are there are usually the people who've been through what you've been through. A person who can't stand what you meant, they never been through it. So they just go with the masses. They just go with the crowd. And Shannon has learned a very valuable lesson from the situation that he went through. He learned that, hey, I would never, because I don't know if you guys followed Nightcap when they first started, but Shannon used to be very tough on Ocho. Ocho used to be running late. Y'all, I don't know if you guys know, Ocho used to always be that guy who he wouldn't buy Uber or nothing like that. He would get in with a fan and the fan would take him to the location he needed to go to. So a lot of times Ocho was running late a lot. So one night on Nightcap, they got into a situation and Ocho, he's smiling, grinning like he always does. And like Shannon went in. Man, you can't do this, man. We're trying to build something. We're trying to go bigger. We're trying to do this and trying to do that. But you see who's still by his side 5 to 6 years from now? Ocho. because Shannon was driving on this. He was riding on this plane that had no turbulence. Money was up. Career was going great. He was the man to see on Fox Sports when he was debating with Skip. You know, he was he had the yak, he had the wave cap, he had everything. The black and mild in the mouth. Unc was Unc until Unc was no longer Unc. But when Unc became no longer Unc, Stephen A. Smith still remember who he was at the core. But Stephen A. can deal with that because he deals with the ridicule every day. Those who have been through can go through. Let me say that again. Those who have been through can go through. Stop trying to go through life with people who haven't dealt with life. People who don't deal with life would never understand your thought process. They'll never understand how you might be emotional, or they might call you oversensitive, and people would never understand. Like I tell people all the time, man, I have so much restraint because I know how bad I can get. Rain said perseverance. Yeah, perseverance. You got to be able to persevere. I definitely agree. So I will tell you guys, when you're moving through life, it don't matter if you're the sports world, doesn't matter if you're a millionaire, it doesn't matter where you are on the economic totem pole. The biggest thing is find people who have been through it. So when it's time for you to go through it, they're there to ride it out with you. We always think about marriage or couples when we think about being equally yoked, but friendships should be equally yoked. And for myself, that's why I call this the Mask Off Introverted Sports Podcast, because I'm an individual thinker. I'm the type of person that once you show me the cards, I can play the game with you all day, but I know who you are. So I always tell people that, like, don't get the comfortability confused with that. Like, I don't know who you are. I just am able to operate around or adjust with you. For those who do know me. So just something to think about there, man. Shout out to Shannon Sharpe, man, and his team over there at Nightcap, man. They create very, very good content. I get a lot of my sports content from them. They do such good commentary. They talk about a lot of things. Great channel to follow, man. Again, I appreciate everybody who's here. If this is your first time here, man, make sure you do all the free stuff. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Make sure you send out to someone else as well. And also ensure that you help me get to the road to 1K subs. So if you can do that, man, it'll be greatly appreciated. Again, I do have other platforms as well. You can catch me on the No Middleman on the Souls of Thought platform, Monday, Tuesday, and pretty much either Friday or Saturday with myself and Soft Rain that y'all see in the chat. And then you can also catch me on 1181 Pressure Plays. That's another sports channel that I do with Uncle Plug from Uncle Plug TV, and we do that Sundays at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we're going to get to our next topic here. Our next topic is going to bring us over to talk with Mr. LeBron James. So we're going to be talking to Mr. LeBron James, and he has Steve Nash here on his Mind the Game podcast. He was doing this with JJ Redick, but now he's doing it with Steve Nash due to JJ Redick is now coaching. This is a podcast where LeBron, he sits down, breaks down film, talks about the game. I think it's a super, super dope setup with just like the construction, under construction vibe. I think it's super, super dope. But LeBron is going to be talking about Cooper Flagg. For those who don't know, Cooper Flagg is down here in Texas with us with the Dallas Mavericks. And I thought this conversation was very intriguing on how he spoke about Cooper Flagg. So here we go.
Were you in those practices?
Yeah. He was on the development team, on the select team, we call him. Yeah, and he played extremely well, man. Yeah. I've been watching Cooper for a few years because my son played AAU basketball on the Nike EYBL circuit, Bronny. So, you know, we would be in tournaments either in like, you know, Peach Jam in Georgia or Kansas City or Dallas or Indianapolis. And, you know, Cooper, unlike a lot of kids, he played for his team out of Maine. Right. A lot of these kids are going to like recruit or whatever. Him and his brother and a bunch of those guys they grew up with played on I think they were called I forgot, it was main select or something like that, but he made them competitive, like versus teams that were stacking teams. You know, him and his brother. You know, I thought that was just super cool because that was how I remember that's how I was.
So I'm gonna stop there first, man. Shout out to LeBron James and Steve Nash, the mind, the game. He was talking about Cooper Flag. I don't know if you guys were able to see Cooper Flag going into his rookie year when he played it with the USA team. He went down. He did his thing against LeBron, Steph Curry, and now he held his own. The boy was playing ball. I still am not a huge fan of Cooper Flag. I don't think he's going to be what the world thought he was going to be, but he might end up turning out to be a decent basketball player overall. But with that being said, LeBron spoke about something and just said something very important there, right? He talked about Cooper Flag building a team that wasn't full of stars, building a team that wasn't full of talent, but he was willing to ride out with his people, right? And LeBron said, man, that's what I liked about him because it reminded me of myself when we created our team, the Ohio Shooting Stars, for those who haven't watched this documentary, out in Akron. And that's something that's very unique, right? A lot of us tend to gravitate towards those that are similar to ourselves, right? We usually find relationships are built in similarities. I think LeBron looks at basketball totally different than most people. I'm not the hugest fan of LeBron, but when I talk about sports, I talk about sports from a different lens. A lot of people think a lot of my takes are like outlandish. It doesn't make sense, but your boy is batting 1,000. I predicted the Knicks in 5. They won in 5. I told everybody that SGA&M wasn't going to get it together, and Wemby was not as good as people thought he was. Doesn't mean they're not going to get there. Doesn't mean that things won't change. When you really start to watch sports and you really start to see what talent looks like, what creating a team looks like, and that's one thing LeBron does have an IQ for, right? He understands what building a team looks like. My boy, shout out to my boy Classic. Classic hate when I use the word program because he said he feels that goes into like college basketball. But I tell people, in sports, you must build a program. That's what makes college sports so well. You got to build programs because the program is what everybody falls under. Then the superstar comes on top, falls into the program, but also elevates the program. But you must have a program first. If you don't like the word program, you must have structure first. So I thought that was pretty cool of him, what kind of drew him in with Cooper Flag.
You know, I played for the Northeast Ohio Shooting Stars. Like me and my guys grew up playing together and having to play all the best teams in the country. I just thought that was super cool. But you know, he's a big time talent.
Yeah, said something about his mentality. What did you notice practicing with him? What did you notice about his mentality?
Oh, he just made winning. He's a winner. It just seemed like he make winning plays. He just make winning plays. And even at his first year at Duke, he, just made winning plays. And obviously, the fact that he was the freshman and I think he was player of the year this year as well, ACC player of the year, and I just thought he just played the game the right way. How you will hope that, a player that of his caliber just comes to work every day just trying to get better. And I just think he's just getting better and better.
So again, as you've seen there, you heard LeBron speak on that Cooper Flag played the game the right way. LeBron has been criticized pretty much most of his career because people feel like he always makes the basketball play and never the superstar play. He's willing to make the pass to the open player. He's willing to run the play all the way through. That's been his MO. He's never gotten off of it. But again, he looks at Cooper Flag as the same type of person, right? They're going to make the best basketball play. They're not here to be selfish. They're here to do the right thing regardless of who's watching. And I think that speaks volumes about a person, right? Because at the end of the day, you can't build a program or you can't have structure without empowering the rest of the foundational pieces. People need to be empowered. If you're going to be a team player, you must empower other people around you, even if it's giving them ideas, even if that's passing down thank yous, even if that's passing down just good jobs, all that type of stuff. People need those things to build. You cannot build a team, a foundation, or a program if your superstar isn't willing to follow the program. So That's another thing.
That's a great indicator, right, of his success, willing to make small plays that mean a lot to winning. So I would say like the one thing for such a prodigious talent that we want to wait and see what happens with is how good is he with the ball, right? Like he obviously is capable with the ball. We've seen him do a lot of things with the ball, but is he that primary guy? Will he be? But I love to hear that, like, well, I think he's going to get there. Love to hear that his mentality is I'm happy to do whatever the team needs.
Yeah. And he has, and a lot of people, he has the ability to do it at this, especially at this point. And, when you have, the guys that they have, he doesn't have to put too much more pressure on himself. Yeah. He can put the pressure on himself to get better every single day. But as far as, his rookie year or his second year, he doesn't have to put the pressure of making every play. Yeah. He has guys out there that can help him with that. So, I think he could possibly be in a position where he could, build into who he's going to be at his pace and not with the league expect the number one player picked.
Where's my 25 a night?
Right, exactly. What you should be doing is your number one player. You're number one player out of high school, but maybe that's not my timeline.
So think about someone like LeBron James, right? Because some people, and majority of the people who probably watch this podcast, even if you catch it on the rewatch, a lot of you guys might call LeBron your GOAT. For me, it's Michael Jordan, right? But when you think about LeBron and everything that he's speaking on, LeBron speaks from, again, experience. We just talked about this on the last segment with Shannon Sharpe. LeBron is speaking from experience. LeBron is now hoping that no one has to endure the criticism, the stress, the carrying of a team like he had to. LeBron is now hoping that every player, just because they're picked number one, just because they might have all these other things going on, he's hoping that they don't endure the things he endured. But he's also willing to be there for that person if needed. So very interesting, man. These things are very, very interesting. I think when we listen to people more, you can hear so much of like what influences them, what brings them closer to certain people. And that's what we're going to talk about a lot on here on Mask Off.
And I hope he doesn't get pressured by what the narrative timeline is because you're the number one player. Picked.
So what do you think it looks like? I mean, that's a huge thing for him to go to a winning team where the pressure's not on him to score 25 a night from the start.
Awesome.
Great for his development. But there must be, like, you've been in this position, there must be a little bit of a sense of relief on draft night just to get it behind you.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? You feel that way? Sure. And then what does it look like? Like, what was your mentality after the draft? Because now it's like you've built up to this thing, like you said, in the driveway, in bed at night. Now you're drafted. You are going to an NBA team. You're moving to a city. What was your mindset like? I mean, obviously, you knew you were going to Cleveland early. He knows he's going to Dallas. What was your mindset like of, like, this is what this summer looks like?
Yeah, it was,
you're young guys.
Yeah, super young. Yep. And, I have been building up for the NBA for a couple of years, my junior and senior year of high school, I have been, I wouldn't say building up to to play against those guys, but I kind of knew that, after my junior year that I had an opportunity to go straight out of high school. So I was kind of building up, my reps, building up my strength, building up my stamina, things of that nature. And then right after the draft, I was like, okay, just get to work. I knew Summer League was coming up. Yeah. Opportunity to be a part of Vegas long, many years ago.
Where was it?
We was in Boston to start, and then Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
more regional. We had Utah out here.
Yeah.
Way back there at Long Beach.
Yeah, they had I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. So I was just getting ready for for Summer League. And it was just a lot though. Like I couldn't really really lock in on you have so much to do. You got the media stuff to do. The ESPYs was going on and, they want you at the ESPYs and want your Summer League here. But I just wanted to have fun with the process, and I enjoyed it. It was a lot of pressure. The games were sold out for Summer League games. And it was a lot of pressure in that sense, but just want to try to have a lot of fun with it and make the most out of this summer going into my rookie year.
So how did you manage, everyone's personality is different. Yeah. I could see you enjoying going to the ESPYs and being the center of attention in a way because you have a fun, gregarious personality that Mike Cooper may not be that way. Yeah. What was your approach to that stuff? I had the ESPY.
So there you have it, man. LeBron was just speaking on the pressures and the different things that he had to go through when he first came into the league and trying to focus on, his craft. and just trying to pretty much hone in that he's hoping that Cooper Flagg is able to continue to maturate at the right maturation, get his game to where he needs to get it to, and be able to be a star in the NBA of what everybody's expecting him to be. So very, very interesting, man. I would tell you guys all the time that once you start seeing these players, especially when they become older, they start to explain and express a lot more of the things that they encountered as they were going through the league that some people might not understand, but now they feel like it's the appropriate time to express it. So we're going to move on to our last topic of today's show, man, with Mask Off Sports, the only introverted sports podcast out there on the YouTube spiel. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 1K subs. Make sure y'all help us out get there. Again, I'm going to be trying to go live or at least pre-record a show once a week on this channel. So our last topic, man, I couldn't leave without talking about my guy, man. Coach Prime, man, Deion Sanders, the talk of the town in Colorado still to this day. It is, for those who don't know, I know the ladies probably know, NCAA has came out, the new football games. So with the new football game being present, and then also with Media Day going on right now, they had Big 12 Media Day. And Coach Prime got to talk about, being at Colorado. And I definitely want to hear what he has to say. This is going to be my first time hearing it with you guys. But then I also want to give you guys some of my thought process because I still follow Well Off Media, which is ran by his son, Bucky, Deion Sanders Jr. And I've been following very closely, man. And I think things are going to be a little bit different than what people think. So here we go.
Sanders. Coach, we appreciate the time. You were sharing with us. First and foremost, how you feeling?
I'm feeling darn good. I'm feeling darn good. I was saying last year this time I had on, I think, a black suit. I had a hoodie on up under it, and I had on shorts up under it so the suit would fit because I had lost so much darn weight, and I didn't really want anybody to know, but I know my face was small, and I was going through it. I wasn't me. And I'm thankful this year that I'm me. I'm all me now. And I'm happy. I'm elated. I'm excited. I cannot wait till the season starts.
This spring, the changes.
Yeah.
Coordinators. Coach Marion coming in. Coach Marv, the new defensive coordinator.
Awesome guys.
Absolutely. The players you brought in, you got some weapons now on the perimeter again.
Yeah.
How's it all coming together? Because we all know the one person that can bring it all together is that guy behind the center.
Yeah.
How's it all looking to you so far?
Well, let's start off with the coaching staff. Yeah. This is the best coaching staff I've ever had in my coaching tenure. High school, college, this is the best staff. Player-wise, to sit down in front of a computer with staff and pick out every darn player, not just because of their ability, then you bring them in and you interview them and you see that intangible. Do they have that thing that you need at that position? Do they have that quality that connects players together? And to handpick all those young men, as well as on the recruiting trail at this point right now, I love it. And it's us. It's who we are, what we desire. It's not just grabbing the guy who's a 4-star or a 5-star, which we don't have any of those anyway, 5 stars, but it's the guys that fit and the guys that have that mentality that they want to play the game. They're not just here for a bag. They're just not here for the lights and the cameras. They're here because they love the game.
Yeah.
Those are the type of guys we have on the roster right now.
Is that what Scudero and Cam Perry bring to you, especially at wide receiver?
And Cam Perry are killers.
Yeah.
I mean, I played the game, and I played it pretty good.
Yeah, you
did. But those guys on that offensive side of the ball, those guys, don't forget that we got a few more.
DeAndre Moore.
Thank you. But they have the mentality. They're not just receivers that can run routes. All three of those guys that you mentioned, they have the mentality that they can go out there and get it, and they want the smoke. They want to see you play man-to-man in front of them. They want that.
Yeah.
And I love every bit of what we've assembled, and we probably got 8 to 9 offensive linemen that can start. and it'll be a rotation.
And that's been something in your time there that has caused you a lot of grace.
We got the bigs.
A lot of grace.
You see, I'm praying right now.
I'm just saying.
I'm not using no dark and lefty. I'm praying right now. All right.
So that makes you as. Are you as confident in your trenches, especially on the offensive side since you've been there?
It's the first time ever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start here first, man. For those who haven't followed the, she said Dorn. I like how he says Dern. Dern. Yeah. He always says that. So these are some notable transfers that came in for Colorado this year. DeAndre Moore, and then also Danny Succo. Danny Succo has like he broke records at San Jose State. He has a very Wes Wecker, Elderman feel, great route runner. Going to do some great things. I think it's very notable to see when great stars that were great on their previous teams are willing to take the challenge and move up. And then you have DeAndre Moore over here, 38 receptions, 532 yards, 4 touchdowns, transferred from Texas. Very big notable transfer, right? They do have the Manning son out there, Archie out there. So for DeAndre Moore to come take on his senior year at Colorado speaks a lot of volumes. I'm definitely ready to see what he's going to do. He's probably wanted to be in a receiver room where he felt like he'll get the ball more often or at least get more targets. But I think it's a great combination for Colorado, man. They actually have a team this year. When they had Travis, Shedeur, Jimmy Horn, Javonte, that was a roster of stars that were in spotted positions that had spotted highlights, but they didn't have the overarching team, a good defense, a good secondary. They only had Travis Hunter, who was a great corner, or Shiloh Sanders, who at the time was considered to be a decent safety in college. They didn't have nothing else, though. They didn't have all these other weapons everywhere else. Then on the offensive side, right, you had Shedeur at the helm at quarterback. Then you had Travis, Jimmy, and Javonte, which are all in the NFL today. Along with Shedeur, who might be the new starting quarterback for Cleveland Browns. So just very notable. I think that's why a lot of people are going to take out of context when Dion Prodi is going to say this is one of the better teams he's ever coached as well, with one of the better coaching staffs, because sometimes you needing people at all positions, not just star positions.
Okay.
Because we got some dogs on the outside that's going to go get the quarterback.
Right.
And we got some dogs inside. Just hold up the fort. Just fill your gaps. Just hold it down. We got it. And the 3 linebackers we have, I think, are pro linebackers.
Mm-hmm. Lamprett's pretty good, huh? He made every tackle at Bowling Green.
I call him plane, right? That's where we met. I'm on the plane.
Okay.
And kid walked by. He said, Coach Prime, how you doing? I'm such and such. I'm in the portal.
Is that right?
I said, can you play? He said, I can play. I said, all right. I called Box, recruiting department. Hey, Box, look up this kid right now and tell me about him. Box called back in 5 minutes. He said, Coach, that kid's a dog. He can play. I got up. Went to the back of the plane. Hey, look here, man.
That's it. Hey, however you can
look
get
here,
him.
Man. Hey, we bring you in on a visit. We straight. Yeah.
No
Shedeur had a game that Sunday. After the game, I called him.
So again, look at these notable, man. Look at these bodies, man. You can tell by the pictures. Look at their shoulders, necks, all that paws. You can look at all this and look at the demeanor of these players that they're bringing in. Boo Carter, man, transferring from Tennessee, another player from another notable program. 25 tackles, 3 forced fumbles, 3 pass breakups. Defensive back, Boo Carter, man, very, very good player. LaFou, coming from Texas, another Texas transfer. If you seeing what's going on there, man. 69 tackles, 3 pass breakups, 3 tackles for loss. A great tackle, man. I think he's going to be on the strong side linebacker. And then you're going to have Lampront in the middle. That's the guy that he called Plane, the one that he's seen on the plane. 119 tackles, 17.5 tackles for loss. Bowling Green transfer. So you already know he ready to work. Coming out there from Kentucky, man, he ready to work. So here we go.
That's how it works sometimes.
We got him up on the visit and the rest is history.
There you go. There you go.
It was kind of mentioned quarterback. Where's Juju at? And it sure sounds like Isaac Wilson has stepped in He's making this a competition.
He is. Isaac's been doing a great job. First of all, with Brendan, he's don't play. Brendan don't play. He's gonna put the best guy out there. Juju is making tremendous strides. We want him to just take control and do what he's capable of doing. I made a big mistake, man. You got to understand, I've coached my son my whole entire life, so everything was like compared to that. That's hard to get. You know, him and Travis, it's hard to understand. So you can't judge everybody by that. Instead of wanting certain aspects of his game, I got to digress and say, you know what? He's young. Let him develop into that. Let him come in. Let him grow into that, and just let him play the game and let allow your coordinators.
So I think Coach Prime is making a great point right here, right? And this is another thing that I think a lot of people need to understand as we put these high schoolers on these platforms. Juju was like the #1 quarterback coming out of high school. I don't know how you could be the #1 quarterback and you ain't even touching 6 foot. With that being said, sometimes the hype overshadows the development. And when you don't have true development, it overshadows what you're really going to be getting. I think Coach Prime is learning that. Coach Prime also being a flashy player, not in a bad way, but being a star, being prime time, right? His natural nature is to lean towards prime time players, right? Or people who are considered prime time to the world or maybe to the highlight reel. But I'm going to tell you guys this. There's a lot of people who might be great in high school and terrible in college. Because when you're the man on your campus, but when you go to a campus and there's another 200 men that are men on their campus, it separates the dogs from the normal players. That's why that 5-star, 4-star stuff doesn't matter. Because a 5-star can be a 5-star because they go to a 2A school playing these little small prep schools. The kid might be 6'2" already and just monstering people at receiver. Well, he gets to college, and now everybody, his height, his size, his speed, he never been really guarded and been physical. Now he walks into an environment that's physical. He can't handle it. So just be aware of that, guys. Be aware that when you're watching sports, that high school, man, I would say at least allow people to get into their freshman year of college before we start to really rank or try to see where they're going to be. But I think Coach Prime is learning this in real time.
Brendan to do what he does, and he can put that sauce on it because he's really good at that. But allow Juju to grow into that role and don't have the expectation that he has to be right here and right now.
Yeah.
Just do your job. That's all we're asking.
What is Coach Marv? What's he bringing to you that you haven't had? That's it?
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna have my hat because I don't want to.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
We'll start flames up here.
Yeah.
All right. Coach Marv is not only a born leader. He has the head coach's mentality. That's one thing. He's a leader. He's a dog. He's a steward of the time. Not only that, but he knows the game inside out. And he's not just going to do what he does. He's going to put us in the best situations that we could possibly be in on certain downs and certain down and distances and different aspects of the game, you know, field position wise. But this guy is good.
Yeah.
One big thing about both of those guys, I had to go get a quick surgery this spring. I had to run in and get some of my blood clots, right? And I said, guys, I'm going to be out for a couple of days. They said, Coach, let us pray for you. Let us pray for you right now. You know what that meant to me? For my coaches, is I got you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. I got Coach, go take care of your business. I got you. And that was tremendous. And that meant so much to me. That's why I'm mentioning it right now.
Yeah. What's it going to be like to go back to Atlanta? Play Georgia Tech. What you got planned?
I got the coaches on curfew, not the kids.
I'm telling you.
The coaches are having curfew against Georgia Tech. We're going there 2 days early. We'll be there on a Tuesday. We play on a Thursday night in front of the whole country. I can't wait, man.
Yeah. That's going to.
First of all, that team is going to be well coached. It's going to be a really good team. I think they want to wear white. They don't want to wear the dark color. They want to wear white. So we may have to, I don't know what we're going to wear here, but I think about stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's strategic. They want
of course.
It's going to be hot.
It's going to be hot.
It's going to be hot. I like that. I like the strategy is already going forth already.
That was a knockdown drag out last year in Boulder.
Yeah.
Do you look at that as an important for this team this season to get off on the right foot?
Let me tell you what I look at that as. One big play broke that game wide open. One big play. We could say, okay, we wasn't in the right call. We could say we didn't have the right personnel. We could say either or. We're not going to say either this time.
So there you have it, man. They're talking about the opening season. They're going to be opening up on Thursday night. Your boy will be watching. I have my Buffs gear ready. For those who do know me, know I'm a huge Buff fan as long as Coach Prime is there. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm there because Coach Prime is there. With that being said, man, Coach Prime, I think you're going to see a different team this year because he's a different coach. He understood that you can't duplicate superstardom. You can't duplicate a Travis Hunter. You can't duplicate a Shedeur Sanders. You can't duplicate a Jimmy Horn. You can't duplicate these type of people. And once you learn that in life, that no one can be duplicated, you then seem to run through life the correct way. If you guys seen the title today, it says the former NFL player James Pearce Jr. runs from the police. Have our heroes lost their way? And I have to say, I don't think our heroes have lost their way. I just think we continue to try to duplicate things that we see on a day-to-day basis. I think in society today, we have started to duplicate what we see. We duplicate that if the white man could get away with it, why can't I? And vice versa. And we're starting to duplicate things that do not duplicate positive results. And that's something that we must learn today. Our heroes are not lost. They have not lost their way, but they have lost the understanding that everyone is not made the way you are. And I think LeBron James, Shannon Sharpe, Coach Prime, all those gentlemen, all three did the same thing today. They all showed you growth and what it looks like. Shannon Sharpe showed you growth through understanding that everybody's not going to be there for you if they haven't gone through it. But those who are there, make sure that you acknowledge them, that they are there. Then you had LeBron James, right? His growth has shown that, hey, it doesn't matter what people think. Everybody needs a safe and clear environment to grow, to prosper, to improve. And that's what he's hoping for Cooper Flagg. And lastly, as you heard from Coach Prime there, this is the first time where he understands that he cannot duplicate the first 2 seasons of Colorado. You can't duplicate your son. You can't duplicate a Travis Hunter. But the one thing you can duplicate is winning. Winning is something that we all can do in life. So again, man, I appreciate everybody who's been here today, everybody who's been present for Mask Off Sports, the one and only Introverted Sports podcast, man. It's been your boy Souls. It's been a blessing to be with you guys today. We're going to play you out with our theme song. And then after that, man, we're going to close it out. So make sure you share this with a friend and make sure that you let somebody know that it's okay to do things alone, but it's also okay to do things with others. It's been Souls. It's been a blessing. Have a good day. I'm out.
Yeah. Souls of thought. Mask off. Ain't no highlights without the truth. Let's work. Mask off. We expose the game. No favors. Every legend feel the flame. Breaking news, yeah, we call it by the name. From the hardwood to the gridiron, we changed the game. Mask off, no cap in the booth. Everybody talking, we bringing proof. Every headline, every score, every move. If we're shaking up the world, then we breaking it. Mask off, yeah. Woke up with the game on my mind again. Study the tape, while the world sleep. I'm in solo sessions, quiet rooms, that's where I win. Introvert energy, but watch how loud this gets. No cap in the car, no cap in the booth. Mask off sports, we only dealing with truth. From the sideline to the highlight, I see it all clear. Yeah, souls of thought on the mic, pull up, we here. Mask off.